567. Today we're going to be looking at what Scripture has to say about dinosaurs. And we can actually determine our views about whether or not Scripture mentions dinosaurs or doesn't mention dinosaurs by how we view how old the earth is. So this takes us back to creation, and if you think back to a few Sundays ago, we talked about that. It was back on May 10th, so if you need a refresher or you missed it and you want to go watch it, all of them are up on the church YouTube channel, so be sure to go take a look. But in that lesson, we talked about how the creation account was a historical event and it was also a literal 24-hour day. So when we do look at creation that way, we can see that dinosaurs and humans did walk the earth together, and we'll look at different scripture contexts about how that is true.
The word dinosaur cannot be found in Scripture, but that does not mean they did not exist. The word dinosaur itself it wasn't coined until the mid-1800s, and the English version translated into the English translated version of the Bible was hundreds of years before that. So the word didn't make it into Scripture because it didn't exist. There's other words that aren't included in Scripture, like giraffe and kangaroo, but I'm pretty sure they still exist.
Our verses for today will be Genesis 1. We'll go inside in just a moment, okay? Genesis 1, 20 to 26 is where we're going to look. And it says, "And God said, let the waters swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens. So God created the great sea creatures and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarm according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth. And there was evening and there was morning on the fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kind, livestock and creeping things, and beasts of the earth according to their kinds. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that creeps on the ground according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And then God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth."
God created categories and divisions among all creatures, and He told them to go forth and multiply, each according to its own kind. And so within each kind, we have variations. One kind, two variations. Big, little, yellow, brown, lab, Chessie, Beau, Chelsea. However, one kind cannot bring forth another kind. This cannot produce this. So, from the beginning, we can see that unlimited evolution was not possible because God commanded it so.
On days 5 and 6, we can see in Genesis that God created sea creatures, land creatures, winged birds, and man. And it was good.
Did he land on my back?
No, he's gone.
Woo!
And we'll keep going. So we can see that because in Genesis,
Got him.
we're good. So in Genesis, because God created all of these lists in days 5 and 6 that we just read, we can see that humans and dinosaurs did walk the earth together, and God created each and every one of them.
God created all things.
Sorry, buddy.
Including dinosaurs, and He called them all good. And because we trust in God, we can trust in His words that everything He created and designed was good.
Hey 567. Today we're going to be talking about how the flood destroyed the dinosaurs and most of the animals on the earth and all the people except for Noah and his family. So we're going to start by reading in Genesis 7 verses 1 through 4. It says, "Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and 7 pairs of the birds of the heavens, also male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth, 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground. So, question is, if humans existed at the same time as dinosaurs, what happened to the dinosaurs? Did Noah put them on his ark? Doubt it. They're huge. But we're going to look into it. So I'm going to go over the worldview of things, and Sarah's going to go into the biblical view. So the worldview is just what the majority of people believe. And the majority of people believe that dinosaurs did not exist at the same time as humans. So when the world was at its beginning, there was Pangea. It was all one big continent in the middle of the world, and the rest of the world was water. And so that is when dinosaurs existed, and as it broke apart, there were volcanoes and earthquakes, and it killed a lot of the dinosaurs. So they evolved into smaller dinosaurs so they could live in those circumstances. And then the world kept breaking apart into the continents that more resemble what we have today. And during all that, there were tons and tons of volcanoes and earthquakes, and it ended up killing all of the dinosaurs.
So, what we as Christians believe is that there were dinosaurs and humans living at the exact same time. And God commanded Noah, just like we read in Genesis, to load up the ark with 2 of each animal, one female and one male, so that they could, once the ark landed again, continue to repopulate. And so, when he says every animal, God is including dinosaurs. However, when the ark finally landed, because of all of the water, this catastrophic flood that covered the entire earth and wiped out everything, there was a lot of environmental changes. And so these dinosaurs either didn't adapt fast enough to survive as long after the ark landed, or they went extinct because of humans.
If you look at fossils, fossils have to be under a lot of pressure for many, many, many years for them to become fossils. And that is also one of the reasons that scientists believe that dinosaurs existed millions of years, because there had to be time to compress those fossils. But if there was a flood, water's really heavy. I don't know if you've ever carried like a bucket of water, but it's really heavy.
And
if
enough
a dinosaur
water to cover
died,
the earth.
Yeah, under that water, it would be being compressed for a long time, maybe not millions and millions of years, but enough to where it could become a fossil simply because of the weight of being compressed underwater.
So, under the right conditions, all that scientists see through fossil records and erosion, it can all be explained with the flood.
Do you want to believe someone
Who is
looking at the facts of the past and they're making judgments off of fossils and records? Or do you want to take the story of someone who says they were there and they know what happened and it lines up with the fossils and the records anyway? Okay, bye!
Bye!
Hey, 567.
What's up, guys?
Hey, so we've been talking about dinosaurs, and you're never going to see that word in the Bible because it's not in the Bible. And actually, that word didn't exist until like the 1800s. And so, we're going to kind of pick up from Job this morning. And we're in Job 40, 15. But Job had kind of hit rock bottom, and God was teaching him some lessons. He was teaching him how powerful he was. And God refers to a creature that he calls Behemoth. And he said it's the mightiest of all creatures. He said it had a tail like a cedar tree. Yeah, a cedar tree. That's big. And that was in verse 17.
Have you ever seen a cedar tree?
Oh, yeah. I'll throw one up right there. That's a cedar tree. And God, he was teaching Job that he was the creator and he was a mighty creator. And when we can think about the creatures, everything that he created, we can just see how powerful he truly is. And he tells us that every single thing that had breath glorified and praised him. And so just wanted to encourage you with that, how he encouraged Job.
Yeah, so what we can kind of take away from this whole lesson, not only just the knowledge, but something we can apply to our lives, is that we should be worshiping the God who created everything. God created the biggest, most powerful dinosaur, and he created the smallest ant. And he created every single thing. And if you think about like a T-Rex, we've seen them in like movies and stuff like that, how powerful they are. They're known as like one of the scariest. They're usually, the ones that people are running away from in movies and stuff like that. We think about how powerful a T-Rex was when it was here. God is even more powerful than that. He has to be, because he created that. So he has to be more powerful than it. So just remember that, and remember that the God we serve and the God that we worship is so worthy of our praise, and he's worthy of everything that we can give him. We should worship him with all that we have, because he is so powerful and he loves us. And that's just so crazy to think about. A God that powerful cares about us and loves us as much as he does.
That's right.
It's not that complicated. There's a Stegosaurus, there's a T-Rex, and then that's a Velociraptor.
We love you guys, and we hope to see you on Zoom on Wednesday night.
Don't forget about that.
Yes, come with questions and things to talk about. See if you can find a dinosaur around your house and take a picture with it. Like a modern day dinosaur, like a lizard or an alligator. Don't take a picture with an alligator. Take a picture of one, I guess.
If you can find one, let me know.
Okay, bye.
Bye.